Yeah. Right up in your face. I did some stuff beforehand, and it moved a bunch of my stuff around. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Stream Your Own Adventure. I'm your host, Matt. If you are new to the channel, what we do here is I read a Choose Your Own Adventure novel. You, the audience, then get to pick what direction we go in. Sounds fun, sounds easy, it's because it is. Fun, I don't know, maybe not. If we get to an ending where we do well, we start over again. We make fun of it and then we start over again. If we get to an ending where we do not so well, like die, I take a shot. I encourage you guys to play the at-home version, which plays the exact same way. Results are all the same. I also ask that you play along responsibly. That being said, welcome. Today's book is going to be The Forbidden Castle by Edward Packard. It's my experience with these books that Edward Packard's versions of the books, or the books that Edward Packard has written, is very weird. Yeah. Sorry, one housekeeping issue. Cool. All right. Anyway, I'm looking a little hot. Yeah, that looks all right. Let's see. It looks like it is just me and myself. Well, anyway. Here's to me. Here's to you. That's some tasty stuff. Got the water because I'm a responsible adult. And guess we'll just well, I broke something. I'm always breaking something. Yeah, this camera angle is a little weird. Let's see. Let's I got plenty of time to mess around. Yeah, let's get that beautiful trophy in there. Look at that thing. It's something the Vest Lord doesn't have right now. Yeah. That guy. How about that guy, huh? So, we've been having a back and forth about that trophy. Obviously, right now I have it because I'm better than he is. I have taken it from him in a contest. I did not steal it from him. Oh. Okay. It appears that I have the wrong book. Tonight's episode is actually The House of Danger by R.A. Montgomery, which means I'm going to have to look it up very quickly. So, anyway, yeah, I beat him. So if you've been following us, I don't know if you have or haven't been, we've been challenging each other to video game plays. Who can get the furthest, who can last the longest, highest score. You know, you get the idea. You know, so far it's been a lot of fun. I've beaten him a couple times. He's beaten me like once. I don't know, maybe twice. I don't know. I don't pay attention to my losses. So we put it on hold, however, if you have been following us, we put it on hold because of something bigger than our chintzy little feud, the Pain in the Assathon. If you're not familiar with that, I've been talking about it for the last couple weeks. We at Geekade every year put together a marathon gaming session, streaming session, 24 hours, or this year was actually longer, playing the hardest games imaginable, the whole time raising money for colorectal cancer awareness and research. Um, and it started at 10 a.m. Saturday, yesterday, and it ended today at 4 p.m. So, for the first time ever, it's gone longer than 24 hours. Well, I won't say first time ever. It usually does go longer than 24 hours. This particular time was actually scheduled to go longer than 24 hours. Lot of different streamers, a lot of different games, a lot of fun. They raised quite a bit of money this year for colorectal cancer, as they do every year. And if you're interested in, donating, let me know in the chat, and I'll provide you the links. If not, you can head over to geekade.com. That's GEKAD. Any of the stuff above my head, and there's tons of stuff posted, links to donate, and the like, and be part of something bigger. So we put it on hold. Our feud's on hold, but now that the Pitathon is come and gone, the games are back on. And I believe the ball is in your court, Vestlord. Yeah, what do you got up your sleeve? What do you think you have that can beat me? You tell me. All right. That being said, let's get into the silliness that is choose your own adventure. All right, let me just, oh, this book boasts a whopping 20 possible endings, 15 in the series. I have jumped crazy pages, that is weird. Internet Archive, man, a lot of great free books there. Rent them, or whatever you want to call them, download them. EPUB them. I don't know what you crazy kids are doing these days. Yeah. All right. Jump right in. Once I get to the friggin' first page. As always, we begin with a warning. Warning, do not read this book straight through from beginning to end. These pages contain many different adventures as you investigate the House of Danger. From time to time, as you read along, you will be asked to make a choice. Your choice may lead to success or disaster. It's usually disaster. That's a lie. We almost always first encounter the best possible ending, and then everything else is death. The adventures you take are a result of your choice. You are responsible because you choose. After you make your choice, follow the instructions to see what happens next. Think carefully before you make a move. One mistake could be your last, or it might lead you out of the House of Danger. Anyway. If you're new to the channel, I'm a big fan of the art. I do my best to show you some of the art. I think it's fantastic. We do our best to take it all with a grain of salt. These books were written 40 years ago for like 10-year-olds. So it's an adult channel. I'm drinking. Maybe you are. I don't know. I do my best not to curse. I don't know. We'll see. Time check. Got it. Cool. Here we go. It is a Tuesday afternoon in late June. You are on your way down to your lab in your parents' basement when the phone rings. You dash into the lab and pick it up. I want to point out that you're like an 11-year-old boy, and you have a lab in your parents' basement. So, okay. I need, says a weak voice. You hear a loud click, and the phone goes dead. Drat. You weren't ready for that. You, the aspiring detective and psychic investigator, caught off guard. You slumped down into your chair. That voice really sounded desperate. You look around. The heat of the day has not penetrated your combination office and research laboratory, where you sit surrounded by the tools of your trade, infrared-activated floodlights, high-speed movie cameras, and night scopes among them. 2 large bookcases stretch from floor to ceiling, crammed with titles that would drive the timid from the room. Murder in... What? Murder in Fun. That's the name of a book. Ghosts and Ghouls, and Corpses I Have Known, to name a few. Corpses I Have Known, name of my second album. The phone rings again, and this time you are ready. You pick up the receiver before the first ring dies out. At the same time, you switch on your tape recorder and your electric phone tracer. You note the time, 2:42. Ironically, 2:42 is when my high school let out its 8th period. Always 2:42. Hello? You say. Help. I need your help. And there's a big drawing. Okay. That's weird. Oh, turn to page 6. Okay, let me show you this quick sketch that was done. That's you in your super lab. Because, you're just a super kid. Hi, Lorraine Photography. What's going on? Pleasure seeing you as always. Good to have you. Page 6. Page 6. Who are you, you ask? What is your name? I'm scared, the voice says. They're after me. Get a hold of yourself, you say. I can help you if you give me your name and address. They've got me. They've got me. Click. The phone goes dead again. This time, however, you were prepared. In the few seconds that you've been talking, your telephone tracing device, which operates in milliseconds, has already found the number of the other phone as well as the name and the address of its owner. 483-7259. Henry Marsden, 1100 Hedge Brook. You copy this information down in your notebook. Something about this call is nagging at the back of your mind. Is it that this call reminds you of your spider ghost case? That's great. It too started with a mysterious phone call. Even though you were quite young, let's rewind that. Even though you were quite young, you solved that case single-handedly. The citation you received from the FBI now hangs neatly framed on your office wall, above the cease and desist from the police. And the generous reward you received from the Ridgway family when you saved them from certain death has financed your specialized detection equipment. One thing you learned from this case is that working by yourself can be risky. Ricardo and Lisa, two of your friends in the neighborhood, have been wanting to help you on a case. Well, this is their chance. Operation Meat Shield. When you call them, however, they are not home. You leave a message for them to call you back as soon as possible. You're eager to begin work on the case as soon as possible, but you know it might be dangerous to start off alone. Ice King, what is up, brother? Yerp, indeed. Let's get it. All right. You're just in time for our first choice. If you decide you should go immediately to the address obtained by the phone tracing machine, pick A. So go to the address. Or, if you decide to give Ricardo and Lisa a chance to call back, wait for friends. Choose the second one. And we are underway. How the heck are you guys doing? As I said before, it's great seeing you both. How's your Sunday going? Not the final Sunday in August, but we're almost there. It's really weird how the time has flown, huh? I can't believe it myself. I can remember. Jeez, I can remember. I don't like talking about that stuff. We're not going to talk about that stuff. We're here to forget about some of that stuff. But I can remember early on and thinking, wow, this is going to be a long time. It's been good. Was riding a bike today, about 20 minutes. I gotta go back to teaching myself how to learn how to ride a bike. I started many years ago, and then the guy whose bike I was using stopped hanging out. I was doing pretty decently. I feel like if I got on a bike today, I might be 20 miles. Jeez. I can't read. And yet here I am reading to you guys. But I feel like if I got back onto a bike, I might do all right. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. All right, we're gonna Quiet Sunday. My favorites. Absolutely, I like quiet every days, but that's just me. But a Quiet Sunday is pretty dope. All right, we're gonna wait for friends. Page 14. Let's see, page 14. 13, 14, page 15 is not what I want. Okay. All right, there we go. You decide to wait. You want Ricardo and Lisa in on the case, and you want to do some thinking before you rush off. Henry Marsden. Henry Marsden. You think to yourself, the name keeps going round and around in your brain. You've heard it or read it somewhere, but you can't quite place it. You are an avid history buff, though you are not as strong on names and dates as you are on what actually happened. You sit back in your chair with your eyes closed. I'm not closing my eyes, I won't be able to read. Your knuckles against your forehead in intense concentration. The thought that it's something to do with the Civil War crosses your mind. Well, it's worth a try. There might be something in the history of Nothwin County. It's broken up really weird. Now, where did you put that book? It's somewhere in your basic research library. Basic. This is my basic research. Finally, you find it. A thick green volume sandwiched between Grey's Anatomy, not the TV show, guys, and Blackwell's Poison Plants and Herbs. Another banger of a book. The book was published by Nothwin Historical Society some 20 years ago, though you just bought it the week before for 25 cents at a neighborhood lawn sale. Is that really necessary? You pull the book from the shelf and run your finger down the index of famous names in the country. There it is, page 25. I guess they wanted to teach kids that you can hunt for bargains too. In this crazy society of ours, you can totally find bargains. Alright, I'll wait till the next one. And the entry reads, Henry Marsden, Henry, page 93. Your heart beats a bit faster as you flip to the right page. The book gives a short biography. Henry Marsden, born 1839, died in 1887. Served in the Union Army during the Civil War. Severely wounded at the Battle of Shiloh. Silo? I don't know. In 1862. Appointed warden of Hedgebrook County Prison in 1880. This prison was notorious in its day for its wretched conditions and harsh treatment of its prisoners. Oh, so modern prison. Contemporary accounts... Let's try. My book tried to get away from me. Contemporary accounts say that it is likely that Henry Marsden was killed in the fire that accompanied the prison riot of 1887. His remains were never recovered. Ooh. Local legend states that he was murdered by the rioting inmates of the prison and that his ghost haunts the ruins of the prison to this day. Page 26. You were so engrossed in reading this account that a rap on the window makes you jump. It is Ricardo and Lisa. You let them in and give them a quick rundown of the case so far, which is totally nothing. They both read the account in the history book and your notes and listen to your tape of the phone call. This is really strange, says Ricardo. I'm not doing an accent for him. How's that? Asked Lisa. The name of the warden and this guy who called are the same. Anyone can see that, says Lisa. Yeah, you're kind of dense, Ricardo. Okay, now what... Now... Sorry. Okay, now want to guess where that prison was? Asked Ricardo. I know because my dad and I were driving by there one day and he pointed it out to me. You're on, says Lisa. Out on Hedgebrook Road on the north side. That means, says Lisa, that... Right, you say. That either Henry Marsden is still alive or we've got a ghost on our hands. Whichever one it is, we're on to one heck of a mystery. What should we do next? Our next choice is gonna be... That's weird. Thanks for not typing when I typed. If you decide to go to the site of the old prison, let's see, go to old prison, choose the first one. If you decide to go to the police with your story, to police. I mean, I think NWA summed it up best when they said, straight out of Compton. While we're deciding, how does this microphone sound? Because I decided to go with something different, and I did a couple of tests, but I can never test in real time, which annoys the hell out of me. But I thought it sounded good. You tell me how I sound. I am constantly in need of your affirmation and love, because without it, I don't exist. I fade away like a god of the old world. Sounds okay? Alright. Like, okay, good, or just okay, or... You gotta be more specific. Let's see where we at here. Alright. Old prison it is. Because this book sounds pretty stupid if we go to the police. Page 17. Page 17. Scroll forward. Page 17. Where are we? Oh my goodness. Page 17. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Alright. 30 minutes later, the three of you arrive at the site where the old prison once stood. You find that this location is now occupied by a large, very modern house built, on the outside, almost entirely of reflecting glass. The front gate, by contrast, seems to be left over from the last century. The path leads from the gate across a wide lawn to the house. You drive by slowly, then park down the road. Real quick, who's driving? Your three children. And then if you got a parent involved, they'd be like, oh, maybe you should talk to the police. I don't care what kind of equipment you have in their basement. Hey, Stuff Y, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. I know you're real concerned that I didn't show up last week. It's okay. The Mother Nature's trying to kill me. But what else is new? Anyway, you drive by slowly, then park down the road. Walking back, you cross the lawn and double-check the number on the house. 1100 Hedgebrook. This is it, all right. Who wants to knock, you ask? There's no answer from Ricardo or Lisa. You know, if you were really truly concerned, you could have just texted me. Anyway, I'll do it, you say. You give a firm, loud knock. The only response is a hollow echo. Like what's in between my ears. Are you sure the telephone call came from this place? Asked Lisa. Of course I'm sure, you reply. I know that the heavy front door of the house starts to swing slowly open. Page 21. I'm surprised there was no drawing of the house. No, I don't think you did message me. 'Cause I actually went to bed kind of early, and then I think Vestlord messaged me to say that you were concerned, and in my head I was like, why didn't he just message me? But whatever. Your concern was still conveyed to me, and I appreciate that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. I don't know. I could totally be remembering it wrong. I don't know. Who cares? Whatever. We're here now. I'm here now. You're here now. It's fantastic. Hello, you call? No answer. You peer inside. Mr. Marsden? Hello? You call again into the gloom of the house. Ooh. When your eyes adjust to the dim light inside, you can see from the door that the house is ornately furnished. I mean, if it's all glass, couldn't you see that anyway? I've failed you. Just don't, no seppuku, please. Your honor stays intact. I love you. You're fine. Don't worry. Rich red, blue, and yellow carpets cover the floor. All the primary colors. Chinese screens, flanked by tall bamboo plants, are placed against the walls of the entrance hallway. What appears to be ancient temple carvings fill the walls and alcoves adjoining the hallway. The place looks more like a museum than a house. I felt this city. Oh my god. I mean, what I just read makes it really truly sound like someone has built a temple inside of this place, but whatever. I digress. As you watch, a small concealed door opens in the side of the hallway. It had been completely hidden by intricate patterns of inlaid wood. Out of the door comes a tall, slender woman with an oriental cast to her features. Can't say that anymore. High cheekbones and narrow, partially slanted eyes. Oh, 1980. Her skin is the color of ivory. She is dressed in a long, black, tight-fitting dress. Whatever, you get the idea. Won't you three come in? She says in a high, accented voice. Not doing that accent. Page 28. Page 28. The only way you could say that is if it had an antique mask on, I think. An oriental cast. Okay. Nope. I was going to say something. I'm not going to say it. We're here to see Mr. Marsden, you say. Why, of course you are, she says. Is he all right, you ask? Earlier, he called me on the phone and said he needed help. The woman does not answer. She only beckons you with a finger, with her finger, for all of you to follow her. Which finger's that? All right, here's our next choice. Coming in hot. All right, so our first option is to accept her invite, or if you sense a trap and find a reason for leaving. So let's see, sense a trap. Okay, oh, my typing is terrible. Sense a trap. Choose the second one. Yeah. Sorry. Righto. Yeah. Someone was telling me recently, I don't know, it was the last couple of days, they're all kind of a blur, but someone was telling me recently that on one of the movie channels or something like TBS or TNT, there was a movie that came on and they had, it was like from the 80s, so the early 80s or something, and they had a warning to say like this movie was made in a time, so some of the language and actions might be a little frowned upon. I think I'm going to start my show every week with that, because these books were written at a time where, saying certain things was not frowned upon. Not that it was the right thing, but, Anyway, so we're just going to go right in. 3 kids, page 19. We're just going to go right in with the creepy, slender woman. Page 19. Totally blew right by it. Here we go. Warning. This podcast contains a lot of adult language and archaic novelties. Cover your mother tucking ears. I appreciate the fact that you adopted the Stone Age Gamer intro. Appreciate that. The 3 of you enter the house. As you do, the door behind you closes and locks with an ominous click. You sense that there is definitely something evil, or at least alarming, going on here. The woman leads you down a long, dark hallway to a solarum. I love that word. The afternoon sunlight streams in through a high glass ceiling. White, yellow, and purple orchids are arranged in neat rows along one side of the room. On the other side of the room is a collection of plants that you don't immediately recognize. I see you are admiring my babies, the woman says. All the tropes of like 10-year-olds. Ready? These are my Venus flytraps over here. Are they not beautiful? We are all so happy here. She picks up a trowel and tenderly starts to transplant one of them. A faint buzzing comes from somewhere in the room. Ah, I see we have yet another visitor, says the woman. Her face lights up with a kind of ecstasy. Come, come to my plants, little fly. This is warning, this podcast contains adults using adult language. You've been warned. Yeah, I like that one. Warning, this stream contains adults and antiquated books. Page 20. You begin to notice a sweet smell, almost sickeningly sweet, that you hadn't noticed before. It's coming from the plants. The fly circles around and lands on one of the plants. Suddenly, the fringe leaves snap shut, and trap the fly inside. That would have been made more effective if I didn't bobble those words. That's the Penny Arcade one. Ah, Penny Arcade, gotta love them. The light of the room grows dim, as if a dark cloud has suddenly drifted between you and the sun. That's kind of how that works. The image of the woman begins to fade. You realize that you can see right through her. Her form then begins to grow and re-solidify. It transforms itself into the image of a large, angry-looking man dressed in a Civil War uniform. He has a heavy whip in his hand. You look around you. You look around you. That's better. You look around you. The walls have turned to a rough, darkened stone, and high above you, the skylight has been replaced with heavy bars. Page 23. My guess is that's the drawing to accompany page 23. Page 23. Now I'll deal with you rebels. Oh, excuse me. Hang on a second. Oh, he was with the Union. Never mind. Now I'll deal with you rebels, growls the man. You think you can challenge the authority of Henry Marsden? As he says this, he lashes out the whip. Sharp pain bites into your shoulder. You feel faint. As you lose consciousness and fall to the damp stone floor, you hear only the terrified screams of Ricardo and Lisa. The end. Well, if you ask me, I don't think that was a good ending. As a matter of fact, I don't think we survived that ending. And, as promised, if I die, we drink. Or if we die, I drink. All I know is I poured way too much. And this is gonna suck. But cheers. Oh, it never gets any better. Oh, God. Yeah, right? I was quick. Ugh. That was also terrible. But still not our quickest. I think we've managed to die in 4 choices? Wait. That might actually be our quickest. I think we died in 3 choices. I gotta start keeping track of this stuff. Someone needs to copy this stuff down. You wrote an original one. Don't let it scroll into oblivion. What does that mean? I'm a little lost. Alright, well, run it back. Ooh, I went too far back. Oh, I didn't get to show you guys the, wow, what a... Okay, I'll show you the cover because it's just buck nutty. What is going on there? I mean, obviously you can see the general, but why are there, like, apes? And then look at the top, like, there's a bunch of apes and a dead guy, like, this is weird. This one's weird. Oh, you're under warning, so I'm scrolling to oblivion. Okay, sorry. This hollowed stage's yellowed pages contain ideas we've long flipped past. Some of the content contained within come from a different time. If you choose to continue, turn to page 1. Bro, that is... I have to copy that and email that to me or something. Send it to my Facebook Messenger. That is amazing. I am totally gonna use that. Matter of fact, arg, just want to copy it. There it is. Copy. Copy. Thank you. Let's open up my text editor because I've got 20 text edit files open because I'm a madman. And there it is. Love it. You are the best. I don't care. None of these pictures look right. I mean, like, I can't give you the detail. If you guys are at a computer, I suggest looking up House of Danger. Just the cover and look at it. It's just so weird. A general is so, like, amped to see you. Like, he truly looks like what I imagine the Gimp did under his mask in Pulp Fiction. Bring out the Gimp. Gimp's asleep. I'll wake him up. Anyway. This is just too freaking much. Let me see something here real quick. I just gotta look for a cable. Start to. Yep, that's the one I wanted. Cool, cool, cool. As I do a little housekeeping, you guys can talk amongst yourselves. The peanut is neither a pea nor a nut. Discuss. There we go. Yeah, you're doing fine. All right. Oh, man. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Okay, that ended up in the trash where it does not belong because it's still a good game. Do any shoots late? Oh. Oh, yes. You guys are both photographers. Stuff Y and Lorraine. You guys both shoot photos. Different subject matters, but you both shoot. You guys should like be BFFs and stuff. Choose your own adventure. Bringing photographers together since March. April. Hard to get in some inspiration. I get it. I really, really do. Yeah, Stuff Y is a photographer. But he has no self-confidence, and we always try to instill in him. Outdoors distance. Play. It's Stuff Y. That's his IG. We can have replies. Look at that. I learned something new. Ooh, what a great drawing. I look at how excited he is to see through his binoculars. I'd like to point out that the two of you, your names are your IGs. So it's funny. It's funny to me. Hi, I'm Matt. What's your name? It's Matt. That's great. Matt, what's your name? It's Matt. Oh boy. I'm amusing myself. Don't mind me. No, I don't want to do that. Let's see. No, come on. Just turn the page. Good Bob Seger song. Just humming that the other day. Metallica did a decent cover. All right. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just amusing myself. Right on. Now I'm one of those guys on the internet that burps. I get mad when I play, like, I don't know, Xbox games and, like, some dude comes on, he just starts burping. I'm like, ooh, aren't you just an edgelord? Let's run it back. It is a Tuesday afternoon in late June. You are on your way down to your lab in your parents' basement when the phone rings. You dashed into the lab and pick it up. I need, says a weak voice. You hear a loud click and the phone goes dead. Drat. You weren't ready for that. You, the aspiring detective and psychic investigator, caught off guard. You slump down into your chair. The voice really sounded desperate. You look around you. That's the second time. Huh? All right. The heat of the day has not penetrated your combination office research laboratory, where you sit surrounded by the tools of your trade. Infrared-activated floodlights, high-speed movie cameras, and night scopes among them. 2 large bookcases stretch from floor to ceiling, crammed with titles that would drive the timid from the room. Murder and Fun, Ghosts and Ghouls, and Corpses I Have Known, to name a few. The phone rings, and this time you are ready. You pick up the receiver before the first ring dies out. At the same time, you switch on your tape recorder and your electric phone tracer. You note the time, 2:42. Hello, you say? Help. I need your help. Turn to page 6. That's page 4. Who are you, you ask? What is your name? I'm scared, the voice says. They're after me. Get a hold of yourself, you say. I can help you if you give me your name and address. They've got me. They've got me. Click. The phone goes dead again. This time, however, you were prepared. In the few seconds that you had been talking, your telephone tracing device, which operates in milliseconds, has found the number of the other phone, as well as the name and address of its owner. 483-7259, Henry Marsden, 1100 Hedgebrook. You copy this information down into your notebook. Something about this call is nagging at the back of your mind. Is it that this call reminds you of your spider ghost case? It too started with a mysterious phone call. Even though you were quite young, you solved that case single-handedly. The citation you received from the FBI now hangs neatly framed on your office wall. The generous reward did you get for trying to barrel through this part? And the generous reward you received from the Ridgway family when you saved them from certain death has financed your specialized detection equipment. One thing you learned from that case is that working by yourself can be risky. Ricardo and Lisa, 2 of your friends in the neighborhood, have been wanting to help you on a case. Well, this is their chance. When you call them, however, they are not home. You leave a message for them to call you back as soon as possible. You are eager to begin work on the case as soon as possible, but you know it might be dangerous to start off alone. So, this brings us to our first poll of the second read-through. Are we going to go to the address? Or are we going to wait for our friends, aka Meat Shields? Wow, I'm typing too fast or too poorly, so I apologize. This is quite the setup for one of the... Yeah, I know, it's like almost 4 full pages of text. I'll tell you what, though. I did get the first installment of like the Choose Your Own Adventure Dungeons and Dragons book, and that first setup is like 6 pages long. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, but I got time for that. I mean, I got time for that. Let's see, what's going on? It's not D&D already. Choose your... Wait. Is not D&D... Yeah, I get what you're saying. Sorry, I read that wrong. I mean, it kind of is, if you really want to split hairs about it. I meant to kind of read it for fun, but I read like the first couple of pages. I got to the first decision, and I was like, I'll read this later. And, well, later never came. And speaking of never coming, we're going to wait for our friends. Page 14. Page 14, where our friends show up. Oh, there's that picture of the kid with the binoculars. All right. You decide to wait. You want Ricardo and Lisa in on the case, and you want to do some thinking before you rush off. Henry Marsden, you think to yourself. The name keeps going around and around in your brain. You've heard it or read it somewhere, but you can't quite place it. You are an avid history buff, though you are not as strong on names and dates as you are on what actually happened. You sit back in your chair with your eyes closed, your knuckles against your forehead in intense concentration. The thought that it's something to do with the Civil War crosses your mind. Well, it's worth a try. There might be something in the history of Northwind County. Now, where did you put that book? It's somewhere in your basic research library. Finally, you find it. It's a thick green volume sandwiched between Gray's Anatomy and Blackwell's Poison Plants and Herbs. The book was published by Northwind Historical Society some 20 years ago, though you just bought it the week before for 25 cents at a neighborhood lawn sale. Or rather, bought the lawn. You pull the book from the shelf and run your finger down the index of famous names in the county. There it is. Page 25. Come on, man. There's that fun drawing. Marsden, Henry, page 93. Your heart beats a bit faster as you flip to the right page. The book gives a short biography. Henry Marsden, born 1839, died 1887, served in the Union Army during the Civil War, severely wounded at the Battle of Shiloh. Silo in 1862. Appointed warden of Hedgebrook County Prison in 1880. This prison was notorious in its day for wretched conditions and harsh treatments of its prisoners. Contemporary accounts say that it is likely that Henry Marsden was killed in the fire that accompanied the prison riot of 1887. His remains were never recovered. Local legend states that he was murdered by the rioting inmates of the prison, and that his ghost haunts the ruins of the prison to this day. Page 26. And I need... Me? My shirt? You like my shirt? You're so engrossed in reading this account that a rap on the window makes you jump. It is Ricardo and Lisa. You let them in and you give them a quick rundown of the case so far. They read the account in the history book and your notes and listen to your tape of the phone call. Then who was in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie? What? Anyway. This is really strange, says Ricardo. How's that? Asks Lisa. The name of the warden and this guy who called are the same. Anyone can see that, says Lisa. Okay, now what I want to guess. Okay, now want to guess where that prison was? Asked Ricardo. That is just a painful statement to read. I know because my dad and I were driving by there one day and he pointed it out to me. You're on, said Lisa. Out on Hedgebrook Road on the north side. That means, says Lisa, that right, you say, that either Henry Marsden is still alive or we've got a ghost on our hands. Whichever one it is, we're on to one heck of a mystery. What should we do next? So, are we gonna, let's see. Okay, go to the old site of the prison, or are we gonna go to the police? I'm gonna make the same joke again in 3, 2, 1. NWA made a great statement when they said, straight out of Compton. Did it again. I'm not gonna say that. Yeah. It's weird, I thought I heard a phone vibrate. And it was totally not mine. Phantom phone vibrations, you ever get those? Like, if you keep your phone in your pocket, like I do, like my front pocket, my leg will vibrate, like my phone's vibrating, and then of course there's nothing. You know, those phantom vibrations. I gotta start playing music. I wish this laptop wasn't so slow, or I would totally play some really good... I have some really good background music. Maybe I could do that. James Marsden. Isn't James Marsden Spike from the Buffy Angel series? Go to the old site. What else is new? Page 17. Page 17. You're right, James Marsters. James Marsden. Is that Cyclops? Man, I don't know. Too many hunky actors. I get them all confused. Alright. 30 minutes later, the three of you arrive at the site where the old prison once stood. You find that this location is now occupied by a large, very modern house built, on the outside, almost entirely of reflecting glass. I don't think he'd appreciate you picking that role. Whatever. He can not appreciate whatever he wants. I don't care. Of course, if he knew who I was, that would be something special, I suppose. The front gate, by contrast, seems to be left over from the last century. A path leads from the gate across a wide lawn to the house. You drive by slowly, then park down the road. Walking back, you cross the lawn and double-check the number on the door. 1100 Hedgebrook. This is it. All right. This is it, all right. This is it, all right. This is it, all right. Who wants to knock, you ask. There's no answer from Ricardo or Lisa. I'll do it, you say. You give a firm, loud knock. The only response is a hollow echo. Are you sure the telephone call came from this place? Asked Lisa. Dental plan. Lisa needs braces. Of course I'm sure, you reply. I know that the heavy front door of the house starts to open slowly. It's not what it says, but that's what I read. 21. Hello? You call inside. No answer. You peer inside. Mr. Marsden, hello? You call again into the gloom of the house. I mean, I'd be cool. Yeah, I'd be okay to know him, but if he knew me, that'd be even cooler because I'm a nobody. When your eyes adjust to the dim light inside, you can see from the door that the house is ornately furnished. Rich red, blue, and yellow carpets cover the floor. Chinese screens, flanked by tall bamboo plants, are placed against the walls of the entrance hallway. What appears to be ancient temple carvings fill the wall and alcoves adjoining the hallway. The place looks more like a museum than a house. As you watch, a small concealed door opens in the side of the hallway. It had been completely hidden by intricate patterns of inlaid wood. Out of the door comes a tall, slender woman with a, warning, oriental cast to her features, high cheekbones and narrow, partially slanted eyes. Her skin is the color of ivory. She is dressed in a long, black, tight-fitting dress. Won't you three come in? She says in a high-accented voice. Page 28. I'm somebody? Yeah, I'm I'm another Joe Schmo in the sea of streamers on Twitch. Yet, I'm reading books while everyone else is playing video games or dancing in their bra. So, there's that. Well, our choice is coming up. Yeah, you could also get me drunk. Like, no, I'm not falling for it because I'm going to choose something else because you jerks are going to choose the same stuff. We're here to see Mr. Marsden, you say. Why, of course you are, she says. Is he all right, you ask? Earlier, he called me on the phone and said he needed help. The woman does not answer. She only beckons you with her finger for all of you to follow her. And this is the part where I would normally make you choose. Except, I'm not going to make you choose. Page 43, because it's a trap. Dance in my bra. You know, I have nothing to say to that. I don't even have a good comeback for that. I mean, they are kind of big enough to maybe be like an A cup or a B cup. I don't know. From it, what? Oh. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Sorry. Page 43. I think we'll visit some other time, you say to the woman. We just stopped by to make sure everything was okay. The three of you walk back away from the door and start toward the car. Is that a drawing? No, okay, never mind. Have Mr. Marsden telephone me again when he has a chance. You call back. You think you can just come and leave that easily, the woman shouts in a high, almost screeching voice. You'll be sorry. You'll be sorry. She goes back into the house. The front door bangs shut, and her voice still seems to echo down the road. Finally, it trails off. A strangely chilling breeze blows by in that hot afternoon. You all feel a tingling sensation in your bones. You run to where you left your car. It's gone. I'm sure we left the car right here, you say. I'm really confused, says Lisa. I definitely remember a new house just across the road from here. What? What are you talking about? Let's just go back, says Ricardo. Maybe we've just come too far. The lady in the house scared us. I think we got mixed up. You walk back up the road looking for the car, but now the house is gone. Where it stood just minutes ago, the old prison now stands. Page 45. The lady in the house cast some kind of spell on us. We're dreaming all of this, says Ricardo. Here, pinch me, says Lisa to Ricardo. Careful, Ricardo. Ow, I didn't mean that hard. Doesn't that prove we're not dreaming? From the direction of the prison, you hear shots and cries. There's something going on inside there, you say. It must be the riot. Maybe the one mentioned in the history book. The three of you race towards the prison. Now you can see smoke and flames coming out of the barred-up windows. You run up the front entrance of the prison, two large, heavy iron doors with a foot or so of space between the top of the doors and the stone lintel above. I've never seen that word before. Lintel. This narrow gap glows red from the flames inside. Open up, you scream. Let the prisoners out. They'll be killed. You try banging on the doors, but they're already too hot to touch. Page 52. Page 52. As the action intensifies. I don't know. I know I'm drawing out. What? That's page 52? That's page 52. Up on the highest rampart of the prison, you see a figure. Somehow you know it is Henry Marsden. Flames lick up into the sky around him. Even at this distance, you can hear him scream, "Help! I need help!" It's the same voice you heard on the phone. Then black smoke obscures the whole front of the prison. Turn to page 54. Oh, wait. There is a drawing. It doesn't look so happy to see you there. What did I say? Page 54? Is that right? Yep, page 54. Oh, another great drawing. In the distance, down the road, you see a troop of mounted soldiers galloping toward you. Behind them is a team of horses pulling an old-fashioned fire engine. And there they are. You know, like you do. Ice King, I'm not going to dance in my bra. I will tell you a funny story about a bra I did own right after this decision. I love that you guys say stuff and it rings bells in my head. Remember when I used to do that show, Ring the Bell? That was fun times. Okay. You know, the show nobody watched? That was awesome. I'm not bitter, I swear. If you stay on the road to help the soldiers, choose the first one. If you run and hide behind a tree to watch the action from a safe distance, choose B. So, hide and watch, actually, because that's more accurate. Hide and... Got that wrong. Hide and watch. What a crappy game. Hide and watch. Hide and watch as people look for you. Okay, so... Story time. Many, many years ago, I was the lead singer of a band, and they were terrible, and I was terrible, and I had to go... What was I doing? I was this girl's prom date, and she was like, you need to come with me while I pick out my prom dress. And I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. And she took me to like 20 different stores, and there was this red sequin bra at one of these stores, and I pointed at it and I started laughing, and she was like, what's so funny? I'm like, that's really, really funny. Could you imagine if I like wore that on stage? Because I was just like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to make up for our lack of talent with over-the-top theatrics and ridiculousness. So she was like, if I buy it, you have to wear it. And I knew full well that she would never come to my show, so I was like, yeah, whatever. You're not going to buy it. Help the soldiers. So she buys it, and then I owned it. And that's not where the story ends. There's more. We'll get to that in a minute. Help the soldiers. I don't know, I would have stayed and hid, but that's just me. Page 46. Remember, this is a group effort. Page 46. There is quite... Oh, it's a gatefold drawing. I'll read and then I'll show you the drawing. Okay. As the soldiers arrive, all three of you run to ask if you can help. An officer dismounts and comes to you. As soon as we get those gates open, we'll need all the help we can get, he says. Even if you're just children. Because that's, whatever. The soldiers throw a long rope with a grappling hook over the top of the iron doors. They quickly hitch together a team of 6 horses and tie the ropes to the harness. The horses tug away at the rope for several minutes. Nothing happens. Then, with a screeching sound, the doors burst open. A tremendous ball of fire roars out of the front gate of the prison, scattering the nearby soldiers and horses. The flames subside and turns into a huge column of smoke rising to the sky. So, okay, thank you. Here is, the firefighters doing their thing. Ooh, my foot fell asleep. Page 48. The firefighters are ready with their stream-driven water pump, spraying water into the open mouth of the front gate. Soon the fire has died down enough for you and the soldiers to start carrying out the more badly burnt prisoners on stretchers. Someone shouts, "The prisoners in the dungeons are all right, just the upper part of the prison is burning." "Where's Marsden?" you ask. "He has joined his brother the devil in the flames," someone replies. Wow, that's rough. Oh man. The three of you work with all your energy for the next few hours, doing your best to help the burned and wounded prisoners. You are exhausted. It's late afternoon now, but the day is still terribly hot, and you're in the middle of a burning riot, prison thing. Or I guess smoldering at this case, okay. You have to take a few minutes to rest. You sit against a tree and close your eyes for a moment. It feels so good to relax. Take it from me, it does. When you open your eyes, the prison is gone. The modern glass house is back in its place. The three of you are sitting against a tree on the side of the road. "That was quite a dream," says Ricardo, pulling himself groggily to his feet. "If that was just a dream," Lisa says, "what is this Civil War soldier's hat doing over there on the side of the road? And why did we all have the same dream? Dream or not, you think, at least I am back in my own time. You realize today was something you will soon never forget." The end. So, there's that. That thing happened. Oh, let me finish the bra story. So, now I own this red sequin bra, which I don't even know, had to be like a B cup or something. I don't know what it was. It was tiny. And then I think like a couple months later was my birthday. I just turned 20, and I had a friend who bought me all like these really weird gag gifts. He bought me a patch like that of chest hair, like I needed it because I don't. And he bought me these fake breasts that were hollow, like they were crappy prosthesis. So I got a real kick out of them, and then when I brought them home, I hung them up on my wall on a nail. My mom was real happy about that. But I thought about it, and I said, let me put the bra on it, make it more decent. And so for years, it hung that way. No pun intended. And that was the story, and I never wore it, and yeah. I don't know. Years. Yeah, years. I don't know. Anyway, that's the end of that one. Let's see. We can roll it back to page 1. Let's see, it's 10:07. Good story. I don't know, I feel... Yeah, I've had better. If you wanted to dance in your bra, you probably could. I'm not I'm not dancing in my bra. Like, let's. I don't have it anymore. First of all, it's long gone. Oh, wait, that's not the end of the story. Uh, like 2 or 3 years later, we were still kind of, delinquents, and we would drink in the park. I lived right across the street from the park, and like my friends' girlfriends, like I would like, oh, you can use my bathroom or whatever, and so we went to my mom's house or whatever, and they were using the bathroom. So I was waiting in my room. Girlfriend comes in, and she's like, let's get out of here. And then she's like, what's that on the wall? So I tell her the whole story about the bra and the fake boobs. And then she was like, oh, can I have that bra? And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever you want. And she takes it, and that's where it ended up. And I'm sure now, 20 something years later, it's in the landfill somewhere, wonderfully. That's what she said. That's what she said. Ha ha ha. Anyway, yep, that's the story of the red sequin bra. I don't know why I'm not writing books with all these fantastic stories. You guys want to go again? What do you think? Should we go again, or should I just transition into playing video games? You tell me. In the meantime, I will lubricate. Yeah. What? Oh, gotta borrow it again. Weird. Your loan has expired. Borrow it again. Yes, of course I'm gonna borrow it again. I might have to entertain tens of people with all this wonderful stuff. What the heck just happened? No. Oh, it's all jacked up now. One more again. One more again. All right. One more again. One more again. I'll stop saying that, I promise. Can we then agree that I don't have to read the first couple of pages because they're long and boring? You get a phone call, you phone trace it. Let's see. It's page 6er. Page 6 says go to next page. Okay. So our first decision is going to be, are we going to rush to the site? Or are we going to wait for friends? My dog is drinking water so loud. Could you shut up over there, dog? She's drinking water so freaking loud. Drinking a lot of water, too. It's not like it's hot in this apartment. I don't know. What is she doing? Still drinking water. Dogs be drinking water, man. Dogs be drinking water. You know what? What am I doing? Oh. Let's crack another one. If we're gonna go again, I'm gonna go again. Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical, physical. I'll show you in 1 second. It's I think it's called Namaste White from Dogfish Head. Yep, Namaste White, or Namaste, however you want to say that. It is wonderfully light. It is ridiculously drinkable. I could probably put away the whole 6-pack by myself. I know I should not. All right. Rush to the address. Cheers to you. Here we go. Page 4. Where did my... All right. Whatever. This is weird. This is showing weird. Alright, whatever. The Marsden residence turns out to be a large modern house located in a fashionable suburb about a half-hour's drive from your house. You see it first through a tall iron fence running along the road. The house is set back behind a broad and well-tended lawn. You park your car. Again, you're a child and you're driving a car. What is going on? You park your car down the road and walk back to the gatehouse that gives access to the estate. The gatehouse is strangely old-fashioned and ornate in contrast to the main house. The heavy iron gates inside their framework of stone stand slightly ajar, leaving just enough room for you to squeeze through if you want to. A bronze plaque is set into the stone of the house, into the stone of the outside, of one of the walls. It reads, "Site of Hedgebrook Prison, which was burned to the ground during the prison riot of 1887. 112 prisoners died in the fire. Northwind Historical Society." You glance at the house. The front of it is constructed largely of glass. A short distance to one side of the house is what looks like a large, strange metal sculpture rising out of a number of huge blackened hunks of shattered concrete. Stupid modern art. A shudder goes through you as you realize that these forms of twisted metal might actually be the remnants of the old burned-out prison. Suddenly, a man dashes out of the front door of the house. Turn to page 8. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, I found it. Alright. "Help! Help! They're after me!" the man cries. Halfway to the gate, he drops to the ground as if he had been hit by an invisible hammer. You dash through the gate and run toward the fallen figure, but something stops you in your tracks. 3 snarling animals materialize in the front of the house. What are they, you wonder? Can they be huge chimpanzees? They look mean and angry. For a moment, you're frozen on the spot. Our next choice. What a lead up, huh? And I have typed the poll command too many times because my laptop is slower than a mother tucker. Come on, man. Oi, what is going on here? All right. If you make a hasty retreat to your car, run back to car. Nope, there's no E in car, that's care. Or if you decide that the chimpanzees are not as dangerous as they look and rush to give aid to the man. Help the man. We should never help the man. We all know what the man does. But, yeah. Any hoozle. Let me see what's going on with this thing here. It's not displaying as it normally does. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright, we'll do that then. We will do that then. Yeah, I found the line drawing of that house with the guy on the floor and the chimpanzees attacking him or something. But I can't show you it because for some reason... Let me try this. Yeah, go. Back out, come back in, maybe it'll have the... there it is. There is that wonderful drawing of the metal sculpture and the kid and the guy and the thing with the pudding and the... Alright, what are we doing? We're gonna help the man. Damn the man. Turn to page 5. Okay, stop showing it that way. And return to page 5. Oh, there it is. Alright. Page 5 it is. very contained chapter, or contained storyline. Okay, it's gonna take a sweet ass time loading. Oh, there it is, and we drink. All right. You have to admit that you were scared, but the man on the ground needs help. The only weapon you can think of is the penknife that you always carry in your pocket, like the jug of milk and all the other stuff. You take out the knife and brandish it wildly as you run forward. Wait, hang on. Yeah. The chimpanzees seem to back off, but they are still snarling. Just as you reach the man on the ground, they lop off into the bizarre ruin near the house. They swing through the rugged network of twisted beams for a few seconds and then vanish. You turn your attention back to the man on the ground. His breath comes in short gasps that sound almost like sobs. Page 10. One hand of the fallen man is covered with a brown leather glove. This hand is grasping a small triangular piece of paper. You bend down and take the paper from his fingers and examine it for a message. It is blank on both sides. Just then, the man gives one terrible gasp and lies still. Your knees are weak. This man has been frightened to death. Yeah, you know what? You know how many times I've been beaten or shot and shot into space or drowned in the ocean and this man dies of fright? Bleh, whatever. The chimpanzees reappear in front of the house. One of them holds a long bamboo blowpipe. He puts it to his lips and blows. You feel a breeze on your cheek. Could it be from a dart whizzing by your face? Take a wild guess. You race back across the lawn, through the gate, and back to your car. Let's see. Our next choice. Yeah, okay. I love this choice. If you decide to call the police and report a possible murder, go with the first one. All the police. And there's 2 L's in the word call. Or, if you decide to come back later and sneak up on the house from a different angle. Okay. Wait and return. Wait and bleed. Great song by Slipknot. Who can we call? Chimpanzee Busters. That's who we can call. Call our good friends at Chimpanzee Busters. So, yeah. Let's see what's happening over here. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. How you doing? Ooh, my chair made a eerie squeak. Yeah. I feel like I should tell more stories, but I don't have any. You guys have to spurn them on. Oh, let me show you the drawing. It's like really confused by this piece of triangular paper. What? It's a triangle. It's even on all sides. So it's a equal triangle. Oh. What do they call those? Anyway, wait and return. Wait and bleed. Anyway, page 15. Start singing songs. I have no business singing. That's page 16. Page 15. Bada boom. Alright. You drive about a mile away from the house and park your car on the side of a tree-shaded road. You check the time on your digital watch, because they were huge in the 80s, and now they're back. It is 4:35 p.m. It has been almost 2 hours since you got that phone call. You take out a piece of paper that you take out the piece of paper that you took from the hand of the dying man. You realize that it is the corner of a large sheet of paper. Of a larger sheet of paper. 2 of the edges are cut straight, and the third side of the triangular piece is ragged where it was torn off. You hold it up to the light, almost expecting a message to be somehow hidden inside the paper itself. You start to stick the paper back in your pocket when something makes you hold the paper back up to the light again. You hadn't noticed it before, but the paper has tiny flecks of red and blue in it. Now that rings a bell, of course. The special paper is the special paper that U.S. currency is printed on has those flecks in it. I believe they're called threads. Page 12. Several thoughts spin across your mind. Was that man Henry Marsden? Was it his house? Was he a counterfeiter? Or was he trying to escape from counterfeiters? Trying to escape seems more likely. And what about those chimpanzees? Could there be a counterfeiting... Oh my god. Could there be a counterfeiting animal trainer? No. That makes about as much sense as a yodeling astronaut. You drive home to see if Ricardo and Lisa have called. You check your phone message recording machine. Anyway, nothing yet. You put some equipment into your shoulder bag, a pair of high-powered binoculars, small tear gas gun, and a high-speed camera with a zoom lens. Okay, we have a tear gas gun. Drive a car, tear gas gun, whatever. Then, back to the Marsden place. You plant yourself in a clump of bushes across the street. From here you can see the house, but no one can see you. You scan the lawn with your binoculars. The body of the man has disappeared. All seems quiet. And there's that wonderful drawing of you being a peeping Tom. Page 24. Almost nailed it. Page 20. That's page 25. Page 24. Whenever it wants to load. Any day now. Really? You're not going to load this one page? I need one. Page 23, page 24. Just load the freaking page. It's loaded page 23 and it's loaded page 25, but it's taking forever to load page 24. I don't believe it. Really, my guy? Like, come on. Are we serious right now? Oh, okay. Thank God. All right. Just then, a long black limousine drives up to the gatehouse. Two tough-looking men get out and walk toward the house. When they are almost there, the chimps appear. The men just ignore them and go into the house. Then the chimps vanish again into thin air. That's it. The chimps are not real. They must be filmed and projected holograms. Three-dimensional pictures made with laser light, just in case you didn't know what a hologram was. Programmed to turn on and off whenever someone approaches the house. Minutes later, the two men leave, carrying several small packages. Page 11. It's a lot of bouncing around. Page 11. Things begin to add up in your mind. This place is spooky enough, built next to the ruins of the old prison. Add to this the snarling images of chimpanzees to scare off anyone getting too close to the house. It's a perfect base of operations for a gang of counterfeiters. The unfortunate man who died must have somehow stumbled into their hideout. You ease out of your observation post in the bushes and run back to the car. You drive to the nearest telephone to inform the police. Then you check your watch. 7:23. Case solved in 4 hours and 21 minutes. Not bad. Page 16. The next day, the lead story of the Notwin Times is, on a tip from a well-known local detective whose suspicions were aroused by strange occurrences around the Hedgebrook prison ruins, police raided a nearby house yesterday, exposing a counterfeiting operation. Seized were large numbers of bogus printing plates and a large quantity of counterfeit money. 3 men were arrested and charged with homicide as well as counterfeiting after the body of another, as yet unidentified, man was found in the basement of the house. The end. And there's some pseudo counterfeit money. Well, that was certainly something. 20 endings, we got 3 of them. I don't know what that percentage is. Sorry, I got way up close. I sometimes forget that thing is right there. We did, in fact, win. That might be the best ending that we could probably get out of this. I don't know, man. I read them every week, and every week I say the same thing. I don't know. I don't get it. But they're not for me. They're for, 10 and 11-year-old kids back in 1980 and 81. So, yeah, here we are. We're at the end. We've come finally to the end. Yeah, thanks for the Bob Ross. Bob Ross makes everything better. Stuff Y, you still lingering around? Got a question for you. When I started the stream, there was no one here, so I was basically talking to an empty room. But Geekade had their Pitathon. It wrapped up at 4 p.m. today, started at 10 a.m. yesterday. 24 plus hours of non-stop video game streaming for a good cause, raising money for colorectal cancer. It's done every year. It's called the Pain in the Ass-a-thon. They wrapped it up today at 4, but that doesn't mean that we've closed donation. If you are feeling generous, if you can, and you want to donate, I guess Stuff Y is not currently at his computer. I will post on the Stream Your Own Adventure Facebook page. I'll post a link to the donation center. So if you guys, again, are feeling generous, if you can, you give $1. Any and every little bit helps. This year we raised, over 2,500. I forgot to look at the actual number. And every year since it's been started, we raise a little bit more every year. So, it's for a good cause, colorectal cancer. The numbers are there. I'll post the videos and things like that on the Stream Your Own Adventure page. That being said, if you're not already, follow all the great stuff at Geekade right above my head, our IG, our Twitter, our website, great articles written by great people, Stuff Y included. Tons of great podcasts. There's The Wave Back with myself and Chris. There's a Stone Age Gamer podcast. Chris and company. There's a lot of great stuff there. That being said, there you go, Stuff Y. How are you, buddy? I know you probably fell asleep. Next week's book, Survival at Sea, book 16 out of 100, and I've already forgotten how many there are. 184. Survival at Sea, written by Edward Packard. The other half of Wham. The other half of the Wham train. Right. This chair is making some really funny squeaking noises. I wish you could hear it. You might be able to. I don't know. I don't think the mic's that sensitive, though. Anyway, as always, I appreciate you guys coming down and checking me out and hanging out and chit-chatting in the chat and laughing at the absurdity of some of these old books with me. As always, every Sunday, 9 p.m. right here on Twitch TV /Geekade. I will be doing this until I don't. At 184 books, I'm going to be doing this for a while. So, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, click the bell button, get notifications when we're going live. Not just me, but all the other great people who stream through Geekade. Other than that, I will see you guys next week. If not, I will actually physically probably see you in person. And if not, I'll see you next week. I don't know. Anyway, take it easy. Have a great night. Stay safe.